Hey there, Freedom Seeker. This is number 4 of our series of live videos and articles, and this series centers around starting the right business for you so that you can launch it on a rock-solid foundation so that you can get to profit faster and as a result, live a life you love sooner. So the first stage of starting the right business for you has to do, is to do both internal and external research. External research has to do with the market and sectors of industries and trends. Internal research has to do with you and picking the right business for you. So last week we discussed the risk of underestimating business ownership with 2 examples. Choosing a business where we end up hitting because we only focused on the profitability of the business. And the second example was wrongly assuming that being an expert in a field automatically makes us an effective business owner in that related field. So today we are discussing another risk that most people don't realize when they are starting a business. And that's the risk they are taking is staying stuck in a job they hate for years and decades simply because of the wrong belief that they cannot succeed as a business owner. And most who don't enjoy their careers don't realize that there is an opportunity cost in staying in a soul-sucking job. The cost is missing out on a better life. And that's huge cost. For example, a Gallup study conducted by 2 every year by Gallup finds that the majority of employees are actually disengaged with their job. In 2019, the percentage of disengaged workers in the US was 65%. For years until this pandemic, I conducted entrepreneurship workshops at the California Employment Development Department in Silicon Valley. And every month, I would meet very smart and hardworking individuals who admitted to hating their jobs. They were tired of the many layoffs that they had gone through in their careers, of the time vampire commutes, of business travel, missing out on their kids' life, politics in the office, glass ceiling, etc. Many dreamed they could start a business because they fantasized about the freedom and flexibility of the business owner who is self-sufficient and who decides everything in their lives, from where they work, when they work, who they work with, when they take time off, and even when they get a raise. So I had many discussions with those who wanted to explore starting a business. And many found out, to their surprise, they could start a business because they had skills that were transferable to business ownership. And they realized that they had more option even in financing a small business than they actually thought. Some started a new business from an idea, others bought a business, and others decided to start a side gig or semi-absentee or an absentee business, which was their ticket to eventually becoming full-time entrepreneurs and quitting their jobs. So if you are not happy today with where you are and what you're doing with your time, time will continue to move on regardless of what you do. But your life is not going to improve unless you make some changes. And any change begins with just one single step, which is researching and exploring. So here's the good news. There are thousands of viable businesses and ideas for businesses out there. And the best strategy is to begin by understanding you, your strengths, your talent, your purpose. So when you are ready to start a business, you can match them to the business that will thrive with you at the helm. In fact, the best way to make your life easier as a business owner is to pick the best, most aligned business with you. Not by picking a business you think you will adapt your life to. That's what a job is for. Businesses are just as unique as their owners. And starting a business is like beginning a relationship. Like any relationship, you need to find your best match. So when I work with my clients, the first thing we do is to assess their competencies, their behavior strength, their weakness and blind spots, their values, their talents, so that we can identify their competitive advantage. For example, a project manager in any industry has unknowingly been trained to run a small business, which is nothing more than a long-term project with resources to allocate, stakeholders to manage, and deadlines. Another example is anyone with marketing, sales and marketing or business development expertise is at a great advantage in any small business because sales are the driving force of all businesses. Anyone who teaches, presents, guides is a perfect example of transferable skills that are essential to all businesses. A mom who had a career break, who took a break to raise her kids, may now realize that juggling all these priorities and managing a family is a perfect preparation for running a small business. And of course, the skill to manage people is essential to any business that must grow and scale. My point is that everyone has a skill, a talent, an aptitude, and a purpose that gives them a competitive advantage in running the right business for them. In addition, running a business really requires various expertise, and no one masters them all. Savvy business owners carefully evaluate how they spend their time. And even if they did have all the business skills, there's not enough time in a day for a business owner to do it all. If they want to succeed and grow, the key is to identify their strengths and align themselves with the business that needs them, and then just outsource or hire out the rest. Keep in mind that hiring experts and coaches is a lot cheaper, especially when you want to start a business. It's a lot cheaper and then making mistakes that are going to cost time and money and distract you from activities where you are the expert. So this is today's takeaway. If you hate your life as an employee, at least research what it would take to start a business. Your life actually depends on it. And don't be afraid to seek expert advice to guide you through. As business owners, you will succeed faster when you recognize when you need to outsource expertise. And there are thousands of businesses that are viable out there, and ideas for businesses. The key is for you for your success, to find the one that is the right pick for you, the best match for you. So this is why today, to help you begin your research, I invite you to book a no-cost strategy consultation with me. We'll discuss how you might start the right business for you and what is your competitive advantage and the steps that you can take on your own. And if we find that we are a mutual match to collaborate, I'll also share how I can support you and guide you in your entrepreneurial journey. I'll post a link to below, I think, in the comments of this video and also in the description. So go ahead. You have nothing to lose by booking a time for a free video call where we'll discuss your option and your competitive advantage as a potential business owner. Don't wait. I have a few spots left this month for a free strategy consultation. Once you book a time, you'll receive a link to my Zoom meeting room, and we'll have 30 to 45 minutes discussion of your advantage, your competitive advantage, and your options as a business owner. And if we haven't met yet, I'm Patricia Botero Saint-Jean. I'm a starter business coach and at Open for Business, which is a business research lab and a coaching agency. So I'm here to simply support you in your research, in vetting, in planning, and launching the right business for you so that you can launch it on a rock-solid foundation so that you can succeed faster. Let me know in the comments or send me a message what is stopping you from starting the right business for you so that you can live a life with more freedom. And let's talk. Until next time, cheers to living a life you love.